Lao Shi Lawrence McElroy here for Water Tiger School of Tai Chi Chuan. Another pre-recorded video. This one's a little close on the heels of the last one, sort of the first in this new series. Sort of a new series. We don't know what we're calling this series. But anyway, we've been saying that we weren't going to do them this close together, but something came up and we wanted to make an announcement. So there's that. We'll start with the announcement, actually. Why not? We'll start with the announcement. And that is, we do now have a contingency program in place. We have announced it officially for those people who were in the Section Public Library program after the library pulled the rug out from underneath of us. So that information is now available. It's on the Facebook page. If you're watching this on Facebook, you just have to look at Monday's post. If you don't have access to Facebook, then go to our website, www.watertigertaichi.com, and click on the news and events link, and it's at the top of that particular page. And there's a flyer for the program and some information about the program, as well as directions as to how to reach out to us. So there you go. Sachem at Water Tiger 2 we're aiming for a May launch date. So there's that. I hope that is good news. It's contingent upon having enough people on the roster for it to actually take place. So anyway, so there you go. This week's video, however, getting to the meat of it, is sort of a follow-up on last week's. Last week we used the stability ball, the stab ball, for some upper body stretches, and we did what some people call neuro-integrated stretching. It's sort of neuromuscular stretching, only without a partner. So you create tension against an item and then release, and it helps to open up the muscles. Well, we're going to do the lower body today. We're going to start with a stability ball. So you need a stability ball or a chair or other piece of furniture. And then for the second half of these lower body stretches, we will need, I'll probably use a towel. Jump rope may work. You sort of loop the bands. Or an exercise band. Maybe an old t-shirt. So, to get going, we're going to do a little warm-up. Got the camera angled down a little bit, so I'm going to have to go even farther back than I normally do from the camera. So, I'm just not looking at part of me. And just start shaking, warming stuff up. Of course, people are getting vaccinated. I think heard news this morning that about a quarter of the U.S. adults are now fully vaccinated, and about 40% at least have their first shot in the double shots. So I'm still looking for my vaccine. But anyway. So I'm going to march. I'm going to start. I'm going to bring the knees to the hands, not the hands to the knees. If you have less of a range of motion, you're bringing the thighs to the hands. You can do the open palm thing. You can do the lightly closed fists. Just going to do countdowns from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to widen the knees. So if you can't widen the knees, if you can't open up the knees a little bit, then that's okay. Then just keep going forward. I'm going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to run, knees up. You can jog. You can just sort of turn up the volume on the march. And again, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to jump rope. My jump rope's over there, so I'm just going to mime the jump rope, which is the way I usually do this. 10, 9, and again, here's the less impact thing, just little kicks and flips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do little half jacks. You can step. Maybe change the steps. No need to go up here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to repeat that with starting with the run. 10, 9, and maybe, again, vigorous march. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump rope or kicks and flicks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jacks. And again, right, this is the less impact version. Just little step jacks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just want to warm up the muscles a little bit, especially in this space. It's not heated down here. So I want to get the blood flowing. It wasn't that long since my workout this morning. Been long enough that sweat's dried. I'm going to take off one more layer. You're going to notice, you normally like big shirts, but this is sort of ridiculous. I bought relatively recently, a new set of workout shirts because the ones I was wearing were falling apart. I can't remember how many you got, 5, 6, something like that. And they were extra larges, but one of them is a 3X. I still wear it. So we're going to use the stability ball, the chair. Going to start, and this isn't the tension and release thing. This is just a sort of a floor version of, this quad stretch that you see people do. So you got to be careful of your flexibility. What you do is you set your foot against the stab ball like that. Other leg braces you, and then you start to sit back. Breathing. Oh, that feels really good. So I'll do the other side on the chair, just so you can, maybe I better start with do the chair too, just now, so you can see what that would look like, right? So you put the ankle on the chair like that. You have to find a chair or an ottoman that's the right height for you to do this. And again, there you go. And then the other side, put the foot, set up, and the more you lean back, see, this way you don't have to worry about your balance standing up and doing the standing version of this. And that's the first. And the second, now with a chair, you have to sort of, manipulate your body a little bit. But it's a little groin stretch. You put the flat of your foot on the chair, and you sort of move around, settling down into it. Breathing. So that's the chair version. So you may stay with the chair. You may not. And then the ball, see, you can roll the ball around. So I move it in, I move it forward. Little groin, little hip flexor, glute. All sorts of things going on here. Ball's easier to get to the other side. Breathing. We mentioned breath is important. Nice straight leg. Oh, hi. Workout this morning was cardio kickboxing, shadow boxing version, not against a bag or anything. I could do this stretch forever. So, Those are the two stretches using the stability ball. You can say goodbye to the stability ball. While it's here, there was a stretch that I neglected last week. And I did the supported back bend toward the end of the video. But there's a version of if you know Water Tiger, you know the yawning stretch. It's the stretch that we do standing and reach the elbows and palms of the hands back. Do a version of that, center the chest over the ball, and then reach the arms, the elbows, forearms, palms up, down to the floor, and sort of do that same yawning stretch with the back supported on the ball. So, a little bonus. We'll say goodbye to the stability ball, grab the towel, and start the muscular activation stretches. So, these are all going to be supine. We're going to be on our backs. Probably lose the chair too. It's going to be in the way if I leave it right there. So, there's that. Now, different people are going to have different ranges of motion. So that's okay, right? No biggie. Whatever your range of motion is. And I've been doing a lot of stretches for a long time, so I got a fairly decent flexibility game. So this is a good hamstring stretch, right? So I want as straight as leg as possible, and I want to find where my range of motion is this morning. So I'm holding on to that towel, holding on to that jump rope, holding on to that exercise band, whatever it is, finding sort of where my range of motion is without forcing it, right? And now I'm going to move the heel away from me. So I'm going to work on pressing the heel back down to the floor while I'm pulling on the towel. And we're going to do that for a 5 count. And we're going to start now. So there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release. And see, I got a little bit more range of motion. I'm a little bit more open than I was. And then do it again. Pulling this direction while pressing that direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Another, 2, 3 inches. A couple of breaths. 5, 4, pulling, pressing, 3, 2, 1. And just enjoy that last stretch. And there's one leg. Right. We could do all 3 stretches. There are 3 on one side, and then go to the other. But I would prefer doing it this way. So finding my range of motion, finding where my, ouch, that was a little bit far for now. And so yeah, I'm right at the cusp, so I'm going to pull this way on the towel while I'm pressing that way with my heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Left leg's tighter than the right one this morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Not going to match right with left. Left one's just a little bit tighter. So, you have that sort of, some people would call it an asymmetry. One side's going to be looser than the other, and it might even vary from stretch to stretch. Right? So, that's the first. For the second, I think I'm probably better off with my head facing the camera. Back in the day when we first started these, I think the first floor stretches I did, we reshot the video because nobody really was paying that close of attention. And yeah, you don't really want to do a wide leg floor stretch facing the camera. So these are just going from one side to the other, and we will do the second and the third stretch on one side, and then do the second and the third stretch on the other. After I attractively crawl up here, grab my water, and get a drink. So, I'm going to do the right leg first. Catching it first. Only one hand here, so that might change things a little bit. And I'm dropping it. If my head is at 12, I'm dropping my right leg to 9. And that's about where my range of motion is. You may be up here, right? Because this takes a hip flexibility. And by the way, you had a hip replacement, probably can't do this stretch. Should have asked my wife that question before we shot this video. So again, there's my range of motion. I'm going to pull this way while pressing the foot down to the floor. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And see, it opened up a little bit more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a little bit more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And enjoying that last little bit. And now I'm going to reach this way. Still keeping my hips mostly on the ground. My right hip sort of coming up off the ground. But I'm not doing this. I'm not turning the torso that way. Finding where that is. And now I'm going to pull this way with my right hand holding the towel. I'm going to press the right foot down toward the left side of me. So that was 9 o'clock. I'm reaching over toward 3 and maybe even up a little bit toward 2 or 1 o'clock, but really mostly 3 o'clock. Finding it, and there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I suppose you could use both hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got just a little bit more out of that. I'm rocking a little bit farther off of my right hip than I'd like to. So there's the right side. I'll do the left. Going to 3 o'clock first. So opening it up. Another little groin stretch, as well as hip flexor, little adductor and abductor. Finding where my range of motion is. Now see, my left leg and left hip is a lot more open than my right one was. I may actually get this left foot to the ground. 5, 4, so I'm pulling this way. My left hand, 3, 2, 1, while pressing the left foot down toward the ground. So I'm working on pressing the foot down while pulling in opposition. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Almost there. 5, and again, I'm not doing this. I'm not turning the torso up off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost. Not quite. If I settle, relax, a little bit closer. Yeah, but it's not getting to the ground. So again, I want as straight as leg as possible. Now I'm going to go to this side. I can use both hands if I want to. Maybe even just stay with the right hand here. I'm going to use the left though. Keeping my left hip and lower back on the ground as much as I can. And finding the right range of motion. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, with an exercise band too, this could be a little bit easier. It'd be easier to use both hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or maybe a cheaper towel that doesn't have this thickness. Last one, the second one. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Or was that the third one? I don't know. We'll do one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. So there you go. Little oppositional stretching, if, you know, that name works too, I think. I think I've heard it called that. So a couple of stretches with the stability ball. A little groin stretch, a little quad stretch. I love that quad stretch. That's like one of my favorite stretches, to use that to stretch the quad with the foot up on the ball or the chair or the ottoman or whatever. And then using a towel. An exercise band, right? And what I was talking about there at the end, with the exercise band, you may want to loop it so you get a nice secure catch on your foot. And then see, it's a lot easier to use two hands at a distance with something like an exercise band. You want an exercise band that has a little bit more resistance, so you know, a low resistance or even a moderate resistant exercise band, maybe not the best choice. This is heavy, but not the heaviest weight increment. I think it's like 40-pound exercise band or something. So anyway, some more fun with stretching. Flexibility is good for you, right? What bends will not break. So I can almost guarantee there won't be yet another video within a week. But again, we wanted to do that. We wanted to do this one this close on the heels of the other one for really a couple of reasons. One, it was the same type of stretching, only a different part of the body. And two, to make that announcement about the launch of Sachem at Water Tiger 2. The reason it has a 2 behind it is that there's already a Sachem at Water Tiger that's been going on for a while at a different time on a different day for a different class that was canceled. So anyway, if you're seeing this on Facebook, we made the post on Monday, April 5th. And so you can scroll down and find it. If you're not on Facebook, then go to our website, and maybe we'll put the link in the comment section on the YouTube channel, so you can find it. Go to www.watertigertaichi.com. Go to the news and events page, and this is a program that is sort of a replacement program for a public class, but it'll be a public class in a studio space, and it is open to those people whose Sachem Public Library program is no more. So there you go. Keep in mind, even though people are getting vaccinated, 3 W's: wash your hands, wear a mask, watch your space, and take care of each other. We gotta get ahead of this thing, and it's just, we haven't been, so we need to. There you go. Thank you very much. We'll catch you next time, probably back into the realm of Tai Chi and Qigong and out of the physical training, stretching stuff, but it'll probably be later on in April before the next video is posted. And as always, too, you're seeing this on Facebook. Feel free to comment in the comment section. If you're seeing this on YouTube, then know that, yes, we preview all comments, but it's not because we want to weed out the bad ones about what we're doing. We want to weed out the bad ones that take you to, shall we say, adult-oriented sites, which tend to get by the YouTube filters when you ask YouTube to flag questionable posts. So anyway, there you go. Thanks. Ta. Take care.